Hey there, today I'm painting flowers using 2 tubes of paint. First, I'm using titanium white to fill in my light shapes. And now I'm using burnt umber to fill in my dark shapes. While I'm filling this out, I want to tell you about my recent trip to Washington, D.C. It was my first time visiting the National Gallery of Art. I only had one goal in mind: to see the works on paper by Mark Rothko. My friend Aaron, who is an art addict, said he would meet me there. So I went. It's about a 3-hour drive from where I live, and I have to tell you, it was totally worth it. What I liked about seeing Rothko's works on paper was seeing his history and how he worked on and developed his style. I didn't expect that he started off with landscapey, even figurative images. So I thought that was pretty cool. They even brought in his big old easel. I could imagine him working in his studio and looking at his paintings and contemplating what it's saying to him. All right, so we get through the exhibit, and there are so many other parts of the gallery that it can kind of get overwhelming. By the way, the painting I'm doing right now, it started off pretty general, and now I'm actually putting in some shapes that aren't so big. For example, the petals, giving it a little bit more specificity. I know it doesn't look specific at all. It's still a big old mess, but trust me, it's more specific than the beginning. Getting back to the National Gallery. So I said, before I leave this gallery, I want to see a John Singer Sargent. And that was my second intention. I went to the information table, and there were 2 women, and they had all the knowledge in the world, basically. No, at least all the knowledge of the National Gallery. I asked them, hey, where can I see a Sargent? They were super helpful and excited that I wanted to see one, and directed me to room 69 or room 70. They were so excited that they said, hey, if you're going to see Sargent, on your way there, why don't you see the most famous painting of the gallery, which is by Leonardo da Vinci? And I said, sure. And lo and behold, I did go to that floor and saw the only Da Vinci that is exhibited here in the Americas. Okay, after that, I did search for the Sargent, and on the way there, I saw these other rooms. Needless to say, I got distracted and of course went to all these other rooms because they were just so good. You know, I've come a long way because I remember when I was a kid, I hated museums. I really didn't know what I was looking at. I thought, oh, okay, there are a whole bunch of paintings. It has nothing to do with me. I felt disconnected. The experience was usually rushed, and I just felt tired after going to a museum. It really was through my painting practice that my appreciation for these works of art increased. And now I look at paintings in a different light. So when I stumbled upon Rembrandt's self-portrait at the National Gallery, I freaked out. I think I almost started to cry. What makes someone cry over a piece of art? I think everyone has different reasons and different connections with art and what it triggers in them. When I saw Rembrandt's portrait, it made me think of his sensitivity, his portrayal of humanity, of course, his use of all the techniques and skill he had to make something transcend time. I think why I had such a visceral reaction was the realization that a piece of art that was made years ago could talk to me in such a relevant way in the year 2024. But art didn't just talk to me. Art talked to so many people. The people I saw in the gallery, young and old. There were people in wheelchairs or people who had canes, and I'm sure it wasn't easy for them to get to the gallery. Art has purpose. Art has function. Art is important. It also connects us with each other. I was standing in front of a portrait of a woman, and this guy comes into the room. I've never seen him, and we just start talking. We share that we are getting chills just looking at the art, and that it's our first time at the National Gallery, and we just share this excitement with one another, and then we leave by saying, okay, have fun. Enjoy the rest of the day. We probably had super different backgrounds, but art brought us together. Oh, okay, look at the painting now. Definitely more detail, little close-up here, and now I'm getting specific with each petal. You'll see how I'm putting more darks in to add contrast and depth. I'm adding a little bit more white to the highlights and blurring all this out. I hope you can unwind a bit as you watch this painting demo. I hope you can relax a little bit from your busy day. You know, art can do that. It can relax your soul. It can even become a little sanctuary. This painting here was inspired by Rachel Ruysch's Still Life with Rose Branch. This is only a portion of her larger painting. It's rare for me to come across works from the 1600s that was made by a female painter. And so it was exciting for me to read about her, that she was a successful painter during the Dutch Golden Age. As a matter of fact, she became the best documented woman painter of the Dutch Golden Age. Cheers to you, Rachel. Who knew you were going to inspire somebody in 2024 in central New Jersey? Now I'm adding the little details, the little mini flowers here. We're coming closer to the end of the painting. And now I'm putting in more darks to add a little bit of oomph, a little bit of drama to this painting. I always like a little bit more depth. By painting with 2 tubes of oil paint, I just wanted to let you know that you really don't need much to start creating. You don't even need to start painting. Just pick up a pencil and paper and maybe start doodling. Thanks so much for coming along this art journey with me, and I'll see you next time.